Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Jerome. As always, thank you so much for clicking onto the video. Boy, do we got a special one today. Now, I almost just had a heart attack. It was 2 minutes after midnight. 2000 should have been released. I opened Spotify. It's not there. Bro, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I got here. I'm ready to record. I'm so excited to hear it. And I'm freaking out, bro. but yeah, 2 minutes later, it just appeared on Spotify. So we're good. We're here. We're ready. I'm so hyped. We've gone on a little badass excursion the past week or so. We listened to 3 out of the 4 singles. We went ahead and listened to 1999 to prep ourselves. And now, today is the day. It got delayed 2 weeks, but now it's here. 2000, Joey Badass's new album is finally here. He's 4 for 4 on the singles. I've heard them all. Reacted to 3 of the 4. I'm expecting nothing less than excellence. Reason being, 1999, fire. All-American Badass, fire. 2000? It's gotta follow the same trend, right? Well, we're gonna find out today. But before we do, I have to thank each and every single one of you who have visited the channel before, left a comment, subscribed. I appreciate it so much. Y'all have shown so much love. And that means a lot to me. I do this because I enjoy it, but I also want to give thoughts to you guys and help you guys out, or, you know, entertain you. Whatever it is, I hope you enjoy it. Whatever these videos bring you, because I love making them. So now that all the BS has been said, it's time to just hop right into it, right? We got 2000, Joey Badass, track 1, The Baddest.
Can you say New York City?
New York City.
To give you what you need, bad boy. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, what's that reference? As we proceed, Biggie, that's who it is. I should have caught that sooner, man. I had to think about it. I'm off my game. Come on, Mike.
I can take 5 years off, cause my shit is timeless. My core got my back, so I'm standing on my promise. These niggas only back my
okay, for very beginning here. He could take 5 years off because his shit is timeless. We see this time and time again, man. We just saw it with Kendrick. This motherfucker waited 5 years, I think, right? 2017 since Damn. I don't count Black Panther album. That wasn't a solo project. Joey Badass now. His last album, I believe, was All-American Badass. And I know that was 2017. But hey, when your music speaks for you, when your music is real and there's substance to it, it lives on, man. Seeing it with all the great artists. And we see it now currently in modern times with great rappers. You see artists like J. Cole. You see artists like Joey Badass, Kendrick. They can take these long breaks and it doesn't affect their fan base. It doesn't affect their popularity. And most evidently, it doesn't affect their sales either. So yeah, it's a good bar, man, and it's true. It's very true.
Paved the way for a lot of these rappers you see today. So like you know, bitch, I know who the best MCs, Kenny, Joey, and Cole, the Holy Trinity.
Hey, let's go. I just called them out too. Oh, that's sick, man. Who's the best MCs? Kenny, Joey, and Cole. Man, that list is definitely some of my favorites. I also got to throw Lupe in there just because his lyricism is fucking insane. Who else you throw in there, man? Those might be the top 4 right now, at least. But it's always so hard to say Joey, just because, yes, he took a long break. Yes, his music lives on, but the gaps between his music are so large, and he hasn't released a ton of projects to where, like, yeah, this guy's got 3-4 classics in the bag. He can take however long he wants. I guess it's kind of contradictory to what I said earlier. I think what I said earlier stands, because guess what? We're all still here. We're all listening to him, and he's got shit to say. Very laid back beat, which I like, especially for an intro track. Chorus, not my favorite. Y'all have heard me say it again. If you're gonna say the same exact line over and over again, it's gotta be super catchy. He is lucky that he's got some background vocals on that sound incredible. I don't know if that's one female or if there's a little group there going. Yeah, it saves it enough. It makes it listenable, at least for me. That first verse, man. Oof. Whew, I can already tell we're in for a treat. Oh, man.
These other niggas ain't on par. Who wants spar? I got more spars, 2 8 Rs and 4 stars. Down on my waist like
Oh my goodness, man. Y'all hear those rhymes, though? These other people ain't on par. Who want to spar? I got war scars, 2 ARs, and 4 scars. Are you kidding me, man? Oh, man. So that I will count it this time, because I was just like guessing last video how many rhymes there were in each bar. So that's one single bar. He's got par, spar, scars, ARs, scars. And there's more rhymes. I'm looking on too. There's more rhymes, but that's 5 rhymes in a single bar. Are you fucking kidding me, man?
Just get back to being who we are, you know what I'm saying? Like the baddest. Take that.
Fire. Great intro track. A lot of introspection on that. It was a laid back beat, stripped back quite a bit. Enjoyed that. Only gripe again, I don't hate it. I don't hate the chorus. Could be better. But again, it's an intro track. It's, you're probably not going to get something too crazy on an intro. But yeah, man. I enjoyed that. We're off to a great start. 1 for 1. Although we do know that the 4 singles are all good too. But we'll go on to the second track, Make Me Feel. I like the sound of this chorus better already. I don't know if this is a chorus, but fire.
I do it all with no hesitation. Fuck a punchline, I hit him with a combination like this shit was second nature. Laying down the law like
Hey, man, okay. He says, fuck a punchline, I hit him with a combination like this shit was second nature. So I actually think this is a nod. I think Capital Steez said this, but this punchline bar was said in 1999. I forget which track. I forget if it was Joey or if it was Capital Steez, but one of them said it. It was Capital Steez on Survival Tactics. Look at my brain. It's working. Finally. But yeah, no, he said punchlines, I leave the track black and blue. He said on Survival Tactics. This one he says, fuck a punchline at him with a combination. Oh, man. Nice little nods. I think last track, too, the start of the second verse, I think I also recognized from 1999. Something about gimmicks. Yeah. Nice little nod. It's cool because, like, I didn't hear 1999. And I went to listen to it if you guys didn't recommend it. So it's really cool seeing that pay off now that we're in the 2000 album. Again, I think it was a Joey on one of these singles. If you watch the reaction videos, I mentioned, like, hey, to become a master at anything, they say it takes 10,000 hours. It's really awesome. He says it here, too. He legit says, 10,000 hours in, I was trying to make it count. Invest in 10% of whatever in my bank account. So he's basically saying there, now that he's a master at his craft, he's going to make it count. He's going to make it pay off, and he's making sure that he doesn't blow his money on wasteful things that lose value. But he says it in a very clever way, so that's dope. Ooh, I'm sure that bar's been used before, but I like that. That was slick. He said, people got audacity thinking they could come after me, running this shit on these tracks just like an athlete. I mean, that's an obvious one, right? Running around like track, run around like the track field, and then tracks like the songs. He's running around people. He's spitting. They can't keep up. Oh my God, this rhyme scheme. San Francisco at Bay. Dude. Every single line is a double entendre here. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm just going to go through a couple of them. I'm not going to go through every single one. It's going to take forever. But he said, keep the game at bay like the 49ers. So the rap game, keeping them at bay, as in like keeping them where they're at and keeping them humble. But then at bay, 49ers played San Francisco, Bay. Shit is fire, man. Another one, he says, I'm rare cut like a motherfucking pink diamond. The irony. I've been the one you people undermining. Oh my goodness. That's so true too. People do not appreciate how good Joey Badass is. I follow on my Twitter and Instagram, which are linked in below if you're interested in following me on my social. I just created them last week. Go ahead and follow those as well. But I follow the Rap page, Rap TV, I think it's called. And they always release every Friday, like the tracks that are going to be coming out that night. And yeah, I went to the comments in both Instagram and Twitter, and they're all just like well, I'm going to bed early tonight. I'm not paying attention to this. Like, man, you're missing out on one of the geniuses of this era. I mean, part of me feels bad for you, but another part is like, hey, you hear how many people love this guy. Are you not giving him a shot? Like, I feel like once you give him a shot, it's hard not to like him, right? I don't know. You'll have to let me know if there's some like Joey Badass hate or something, because when I looked under this post, I saw a bunch of things like that. I was like, I don't get it. Anyways, the bar, and then the obvious one is like mining pink diamonds. Like you're mining them, gathering them. But he's obviously more so talking about his artistry. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. Yeah, there's so many double entendres. All these bars are thick, man. Alright, so that was Make Me Feel. That's another playlist-worthy track. I don't know what else to say, man. I just went through a bunch of slick lines you just threw in there. If y'all aren't appreciating those, I don't know what to tell you. Sounds great to me. I enjoyed there wasn't really a big chorus on this one, but I at least enjoyed the intro and the outro more on this one. I think it had the same vocalist, but either way, two great tracks to start it off. This next one is Where I Belong. I do have a separate reaction video to that. If I remember, I'll try to throw it up here somewhere. Otherwise, go on the channel. It's pretty recent, just a couple videos ago. I did really enjoy that track. Just as a basic description, it's basically just him doing a self-evaluation of where he is, both in the rap game, also where he is in terms of his city, and then also where he is in terms of God. So that's basically what that track's about. I definitely enjoyed it. 3 out of 3. But go check out that reaction. There, I go more in depth in there, and it's worth checking out. So, with that being said, we'll go ahead and move on to the 4th track, which is Brand New 9/11. Well, it sounds like Griselda. Or West Side Gun. He's in Griselda, I think, right? Pretty sure. Alright, real quick. I did have to cheat. I looked at Genius. 9/11 is also referring to a Porsche. I'm a broke college student. I would have no idea. I wouldn't have known that unless I was super into cars, which I'm not. I'm driving a beater Honda, and I'm broke. So I'm assuming there's gonna be some really clever lines relating to the police in this. I mean, I'm assuming, but we'll see what happens. Man, he's speaking, bro. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna say those 2 lines right there, because that is facts. He says, you get me? I had to take this shit. Nobody let me except me. So I could give a fuck if you accept me. Oh my goodness, man. And that is so true. Like, first off, we talked about this before too. You gotta grind. You gotta take what you want. That's just the world we live in, at least in America here. If you want to become something, if you want to accomplish something, you're not going to get it handed to you 9,999 times out of 10,000. I feel like that's a good number right there. There's some lucky people in the world who get a lot of shit handed to them. If you're an average Joe like me, you got to take it. And for most things, that means you got to put time in. You got to invest your own time. This YouTube thing, I'm putting hours and hours in. I want to grow this community. I want to get to know you guys, and it's something super rewarding to me and something I enjoy doing, so I'm investing a lot of time in it. Same extent, my career, software development, I not only have I invested thousands of hours into becoming an expert in that field, I've invested thousands of dollars, which is pain, man. I'm not going to tell you how much I got to pay for this grad school this semester. But man, it's enough to make a girl and man cry. I'll tell you that much. But then even more importantly, the second part of that, so I couldn't give a fuck if you accept me. When you build something yourself, a lot of times when you invest those hours, when you invest those dollars, it means the journey itself means something to you. And it's less of what the final product is giving to you, more than what you got out of getting to that final product. I hope that's not coming off as cheesy. To me, it just makes sense, I think, right? Like, if you work towards something, you become a master at something, you develop something, the process it took you from being unaware to becoming an expert, that journey right there, that's what taught you the most things. It's not this last piece. It's not the end product. It's the struggles you went through and the things you've learned that you can apply and then teach other people. That's what's most important. And those things, not a single soul can take them away from you. Rest in peace, man. Alright, before we get into the next verse, that chorus, I like it because it's not super repetitive, but I think so far in terms of the album chronologically, we haven't had a good chorus, which is a bit of a gripe. That's keeping it from a perfect album in my eyes. But man, it's difficult to have substance in the verses and then have a great chorus. It is difficult. But that's what makes tens. That's what makes diamond albums, like, at least in my eyes. They're not bad. Like, this chorus isn't bad, but I just feel like it could be better. I don't want to be a hater, because I love many of the artists in Griselda. Westside Gunn is one of my least favorite, at least when he raps verses, man. Sometimes he sounds really good on choruses, but I definitely prefer Conway. I definitely prefer Benny the Butcher. Their verses are just much more grimy. Like, this is a lot more whiny to me. I'm rhyming accidentally out here. I don't want to come off as a hater, but you know, his voice isn't my favorite. Alright, that was brand new 9/11. First verse by Joey, loved it. Chorus was kind of mid, and I'd say Westside Gunn's verse was mid to me. I could tell content-wise, it had some nice rhyme schemes, it had some good content in there, but I just can't get over his voice. It's not my favorite voice. But yeah, it's still a good track. I'll still call it a hit. I'll still call it a 4. I think it's 4th track, right? I'll still call it 4 for 4 so far. That one's definitely going to be one that I may skip, though, sometime. 5th track, Cruise Control. Ooh. Oh, okay.
Niggas ain't gonna meet me halfway. I ain't finna wait. Had to cut the dead weight just so I can elevate and levitate. Now let me set the record straight. Every day I meditate.
Oh my god. I think this might be the best sounding track so far. Am I wrong to say that? At least in my eyes, man. Okay, that chorus is the best chorus so far. Did y'all hear that? That sounded really great to me. I really enjoyed that singing voice. Then that beat came in. You got that deep bass just pounding at you. Pause, man. Oh, jeez. I can't cut that out of the video, man. That's too funny. I can't believe I said that. But yeah, he's saying some good shit in here. Something I definitely can relate to. Fake friends, man. Especially if you're young too. If you're like high school age and you're planning on going to college, man, you're gonna meet some awesome people. But you're also gonna realize that a lot of the friends you had in high school, you're just gonna sort of drift away from. And it's not a bad thing, but it's also, it can be bittersweet because they may act like you're still your friend. They may do this or that, but you'll find that you're the one who's always reaching out. You're the one who's trying to coordinate like times to meet, hang out. And when that becomes the case, then you know, man, like, it's just not working. Now, I am very blessed, man, I gotta say. I got some boys from high school. We're all really tight. We're all really close. And yeah, we don't always talk like when we were in college. A lot of us are graduated now. But when we were in college, we wouldn't always talk like all the time during the semesters. But like whenever we would come back in town, it'd just be like nothing ever happened. Just be like high school all over again. But yeah, if you got those people, if you got like that sort of situation, don't take it for granted, man. That shit is special. And if you got friends like that you truly care about, it's like an investment, like we were talking about in the last track. Like, you gotta invest your time, and you gotta make sure that you keep those relationships solid.
Talk to me when I was younger, 'cause that shit wasn't even a thought.
That's a fire line too. The shit that he's teaching to his daughter was the shit that was never taught to him when he was younger. That's really interesting. I think of that all the time too, because I'm very grateful for my parents. I think they did a good job. And the areas where I felt like they lacked, like I feel like I didn't get enough freedom when I was in like older middle school, beginning of high school. I just wasn't able to socialize as much as other people. I think that kind of shaped me into the introvert I am. But then I also think of the flip side, the things that they done great. that I don't even realize that they did, I'm just gonna forget that. Like when I become a dad, which I do hope happens someday, when I become a father, like those things I'm gonna take for granted, and I don't even know what those things are. So like some of my strengths is I'm very patient. I'd like to consider myself wise, but those traits that developed from a young age, I take for granted. I don't even know like the things my parents did to help those develop. And those things are it's like a cycle, man, because you're gonna forget to teach those to your children, and then like their flaws are gonna be like flipped from yours, if that makes sense. Now that's in a case of like a healthy parent to child like relationship. It can also happen the other way. Like sometimes the flaws are so bad that you just don't even recognize, like they're so ingrained in you that you just pass them down to your children. You see that a lot in like abuse cases, like the parent just shows no love whatsoever and they just treat the child like crap, which is horrible. But then a lot of times that's like flips one generation, they do that to their kids. So it's always interesting to think about as someone who's I'm definitely not ready for kids yet, but I'm definitely getting to the point where I'm like thinking like, okay, if I did have a kid, like how would I raise him? How would I make sure he turns into a great man or a great woman? And I think about those things. Like it's trippy to think about for sure. This track sounds really good, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your man, Mr.
That's Nas, man.
I introduce to you a great one. You know him as Joey Badass.
Man, how sick is that? You just heard me say it in the last 2 videos that I posted in a row. Survival Tactics in 1999. Just how strong of an influence he had from Nas. Others include Jay-Z, MF Doom, a couple others in there too you can mention. But Nas, I always went back. Nas is like the strongest influence I can hear. If you go back to his old projects, you go back to 1999, you can hear Nas in his voice. Like he sounds like Nas a lot of times. Which I always say is cool because you see his growth from there to now, his voice, he's evolved. But also that's so cool that he's able to get one of clearly his own idols on the album and to have him just shout him out like that. That is so cool. And man, I'm happy for Joey for that. Like, I know if I was in his shoes, that would mean the world to me. Like if I was somehow a rapper, which I'd be the whitest rapper of all time. But if I was somehow a rapper and like J. Cole or Kendrick just like did that at the end, like, yo, Michael Jerome, this guy's the GOAT, I would be freaking out, man. So that is so sick. I'm happy for him. Next track, we got Eulogy.
Looking at my generation, overdosed on blue pills, put them in the matrix.
Ooh, Matrix bars.
It's like you got to be brainless for real.
Real quick, that might be a Nipsey Hussle reference too. Gotta spread love though, because it's a lot of hatred. No, it's a marathon, and these motherfuckers racist. Marathon continues. Nipsey Hussle, another awesome artist who we lost way too soon, man. It was the saddest thing too. I legit listened to Victory Lap 2 weeks. This is the first time I ever listened to Nipsey Hussle. I listened to it 2 weeks before he passed. Oh man, so many people who just could have influenced the culture and like brought so much knowledge and thoughts to people, and that we just lose, man. It's devastating. Hey, basketball bar. If you reach, I teach. Hey. Let me tell you, one of my favorite investments that I ever made was a record player and vinyl records. The reason is music is so important to me. Like, it's got me through tough situations. It's something that I just listen to all the time, and it's something that calms me down, and it's something that helps me connect to you guys and give my personal thoughts through the music. And vinyl, physical copies, all that stuff is one of the best things you can do for an artist. Because guess what? That money is going directly to the artist. Not only do you get a cool physical product, I actually use them like on my wall in my apartment. It covers like an entire wall of just like some of my favorite albums that have neat artwork with them too. Like Kids See Ghosts, that one has some sick artwork. Love that album, and that one's on the wall. Obviously there's other there's Kendrick, there's Cole up there. You know how it is. But it's just a great way to contribute to the artist. So if you enjoy someone's music, really consider buying a CD, buying vinyl, buy some sort of merch or product from them. Because it's worth supporting them. If you're listening to their music all the time, and if they help you out, you might as well help them out. That's how the world works, man. Now the next track is Zip Codes. I do have a separate reaction for that one as well. I'll try to remember to throw it up here. Otherwise, check the channel, man. It's like third or fourth video down from this one. Another great track. If you want to hear my thoughts on it, go ahead, check out that video. It's worth checking out. It was a great track. He's still perfect. So we'll go on to the next one after that, which is One of Us. And I see it's featuring Larry June, who I've listened to Larry June a couple times. Listened to a couple of his albums, and I enjoy his music. I wouldn't say he's one of my favorite artists, but he's got a good rap voice, and I enjoy listening to him. So One of Us, let's get it. Albert Pujols, man. Tenacious D, man. There were a lot of neat bars in there. A lot of sports bars. Yeah, shout out Albert Pujols. Is Albert Pujols still playing, man? I think he was last season. I don't know if he still is, but this motherfucker gotta be like 45 years old or some shit. He's been playing ever since I was a little kid. But yeah, he's a legend, man. Shout out Albert Pujols. I like that one line, Venus or Sagittarius, but I took her to Pluto. It's just like the star signs and then taking her to Pluto. You know. If you know, you know. Then he also said, got street dreams of being richer than a Rockefeller. What's his name? John D. Rockefeller? I forget, but one of the really fucking absurdly rich old people back in the day. But yeah, man, some fire lines in that. Chorus is pretty good, tier 2. We'll see what Larry June got.
Pirates in the kitchen working tombstones. Yeah, emerge from the dirt. Now I'm pulling out 100 just to go and play.
This stuff about being in the struggle. I guess I'm in the struggle because Pyrex. Y'all know about Pyrex? I don't know, man. It's pretty cheap, and it's effective. Do you need anything better? I don't think so. But then like washing cars, that's like the ultimate hustle, man. If you're young and you're watching this, you gotta find ways to hustle when you're young. It'll teach you a lot. Like washing cars, it teaches you about working hard, earning some money, but then also like doing stuff like just selling pencils or selling some candy when at your school. Like it teaches you a lot of stuff about business too. Like there's important lessons to be found in stuff that sounds kind of dumb or sounds mundane. So don't take those tasks for granted.
What you asking me, bro?
All right, so that was One of Us. Probably one of the weaker tracks so far to me. Chorus was mid. Joey's verse was good, wasn't great in my eyes, and Larry June's verse was just all right. I don't know if I've ever like listened to a Larry June track and absolutely loved it. So to me, a lot of the things that are killing the album so far are features. I really don't like a lot of the features so far, which I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about it. Speaking of features, though, this next track, Welcome Back, features Chris Brown. I'm definitely not a huge Chris Brown fan, but we'll see what it's sounding like. Basketball bar. Might be good. I can't tell yet. I don't know if I like it. See, I understand why Chris Brown is popular. I do. His voice is good, man. I do like his voice. Do I love it, though? No, I don't. Was there a lot of content in that verse? Hell no, there wasn't. It was a bunch of mush to me. It was all right. I was kind of expecting that. I didn't have my hopes up too high. Another track that I'm not too crazy about. Would I call it a miss? It's borderline to me, honestly. That chorus, wasn't my favorite. Like, it sounded all right at times, but then the voice would just get kind of distorted, and that wasn't my favorite. You know what? I think that I'm calling that a miss. That is a miss to me. I think that's not going to my playlist. I know that. So, I gotta keep it fair, even though I love Joey. That one's a miss in my eyes. Next track is Show Me. Ooh. Oh, her voice is gorgeous. I love this voice right here. Ah, damn.
So close your legs for a bit, baby. Let's open up. Close mouth.
Ooh. Oh, I like where this track is going. The very first line, you can't spell us without trust. Yeah, you know, the trust is the basis of any relationship. Trust and loyalty. So if you don't have that, you're not in a relationship. That was really clever, the way he said, close your legs for a bit, baby, let's open up. It's kind of cool. Close your legs so you can open up your emotions. Like, I don't know, the close and open idea I think is pretty neat there.
You say you want me back, so baby don't front. You ain't gotta lie now. What's the bet we made?
Oh man, he's still throwing some slick lines in here too. It's a concept track with slick lines. He said you ain't gotta lie now. That's the bet we made. So lie is in like telling the truth, and then lie like lying with him. Yeah, there's some cool lines in here. I really love the chorus on this one, which is a flip for what I'm used to with these Joey albums. I'm always here like I'm here for the verses, and that's what I am here for. This track, the chorus is super beautiful to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know who Emma. Oh gosh, y'all know I can't pronounce shit. Emma Prolix. Jesus Christ, man. Ugh. I need to find God after that. I can't pronounce that for shit. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. If you're enjoying any of this so far, go ahead, show some love. I appreciate it, man. We'll keep this rolling.
Transparency, my love language. Can't see the
Ooh.
if your vision tainted. Love is like glass, either break it or you stain it. These late night
Oh my God.
I never knew a love that wasn't painless. Pouring out.
Oh my God, this verse is disgusting, man. Have y'all heard a love song like this right now? Show me? Because transparency is my love language. Love is like glass. Either break it or you stain it. Are you kidding me, man? Love is like glass. So when you fall in love, two things can happen. You fall apart, you know, you break up, the glass shatters. It goes all over the place, as do your emotions on both sides, and, you know, it's just a bad situation. I think stains is a good thing, because if you think of stained glass, I immediately think, you know, as a Christian, I think of churches. You know, the stained glass is beautiful. It's gorgeous. And unlike most things, when you think of stains, it has a bad connotation. With glass, the stain just adds unspeakable beauty, which is interesting to think about in the realm of love, because love is unique. Love is something that is... You can't really be taught, you know, it just happens, it's innate. Just as a stain is uniquely beautiful to glass, love is uniquely beautiful to us humans. Damn, come on, man. Joey is... Okay, my synopsis was fire right there. You gotta leave a like for that. But Joey, man, this verse is unbelievable. Jeez. That's why I love him, man.
Right here, right now, what you gotta say? You ain't gotta lie now, it's the bet we made.
This is so beautiful, man.
Tell me how you love, baby.
Dude, that was Show Me. That may be one of my favorite tracks all year. It's just a track about love that's just so intricate, and so there's so much in there to take away. I mean, just that one metaphor he made with loving glass, like that was insane. This is one of my favorite tracks. A lot of times, at least in hip-hop, tracks about love are about one thing, and that's the physical. And it's about so much more than that, if you're lucky enough to actually be in love. And yeah, so I guess it's a little frustrating being someone who loves hip-hop, someone who loves that genre, to not have a lot of songs like this where they actually talk about the substance behind relationships. So I really appreciated that, and this one is maybe my favorite track so far. I mean, it's hard to put it above Cruise Control, though. It is hard to do that. Gosh, there's a lot of good tracks on this. We are getting towards the end here. We're on the fourth to last track, Wanna Be Loved. This is featuring Jid. Jid's been on the channel. We've reacted to Jid. We all know he's fire. I'm expecting good things from this track. I'm expecting high energy, and we all know that Jid is gonna, man, he's gonna spit. He's gonna spit rapid fire. I'm not gonna be keeping up reading. Like, he's just gonna spit super fast. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this. Wanna Be Loved.
Look, just a snip of roses, you might miss the violence. Overly contentment, trying to tangle. Sometimes the pot of gold is the rings. I said sometimes the pot of gold is.
I just want to mention that last line there in that verse. He said something about pot of gold. Here, let me look. He said, sometimes the pot of gold is the rainbow. I said sometimes the pot of gold is. Man, that's just what we talked about way at the beginning of this reaction. How the journey, a lot of times, is the most valuable part. And it's not really the end, which is the pot of gold, but it's the rainbow, as in what leads to the pot of gold, the pot of gold, you know. So it's cool for him to reference that again after, you know, he made a big point of that at the beginning. So it's cool that comes back around again. Oh, those rhymes. Alright, so that was Wanna Be Loved. I really enjoyed both Jid's verse and Joey Badass's verse. Those were good. The chorus, I like the message behind it. I didn't so much like the delivery or the flow of it. I feel like it could have been a little bit better. But still, that's a good track. I enjoyed that. Those are two just really good tracks in a row. I still preferred the one before it. What was that called again? Yeah, Show Me. Oh man, that track was incredible, man. I'm still thinking about that one over this, which I guess is unfair, but that's why you don't judge an album on the first listen. Even though I do that, that's what I do here, but that's why it's a bad idea. A lot of these tracks where I say I don't like them, you know, after listening a couple times, I'm like, oh man, they really caught up with me. I don't know if that's going to be Welcome Back. I don't know about that one with Chris Brown. Watch, that's going to be the most popular one too, and I'm going to be like forced to like it. Like, nah. We got the third to last track, Head High. You know what? That's right. I should mention, I have heard this track before. This is one of, I think this was the first single for this album. This was released before I even started this channel though. So this isn't going to be an authentic first reaction. I have heard this before. I do really like the track. I'm just going to vibe with it. Y'all can vibe with me for a couple seconds, but then we'll keep it going. I love the first line, man.
Time waits for no man.
Fire.
But 2 steps, slow jam. Dancing with the devil, trying not to lose my balance. Hugging the block, but the block ain't hugging back. So we hold our head high.
Yeah, so Head High, great track. I listened to it quite a bit when it came out. Haven't listened to it a whole lot recently, but I do really like the beat. It has that do. I don't know what instrument that is, but it's catchy. I enjoy it. But yeah, that's a great track. The next one, Survivor's Guilt. I do have a reaction of this track on the channel. It is an authentic first reaction, and boy, did that track hit me. That one is worth checking out. Go check out that reaction. We're almost at the end of this video, so go check it out after this. But Survivor's Guilt is incredible, so go check that track out. Even if you don't check out my reaction, it's worth listening to that track. It is incredible, and it's painful, man, because you know how much Steez meant to him, and just the sheer talent that Steez had and the potential he had to affect so many lives. It's heartbreaking. It's a sobering thought, knowing that life is that precious and can be gone just like that. Anyways, we are on to the last track of the album. I'll ask you one more time, please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It helps reach it to a greater audience. Lets me know that you guys are enjoying it. But as always, most importantly, is leaving a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And you guys always give super insightful stuff. And even just nice comments too. I appreciate it all. But we're going to go ahead and wrap up this album with the final track. And it's called Written in the Stars. Beautiful instrumental so far.
You gotta remember, no matter where you at, she could always be worse.
This track sounds incredible, man.
Toast for the better. A lifestyle, a movie, I'm feeling like Scorsese. Sexy like Swayze, just a bit more.
He just keeps going. Is he gonna breathe, man? Holy shit. I just gotta stop and say, he just rapped for 2 minutes straight. Just so y'all know. No chorus, no breaks. Like, that was just a straight rap for 2 minutes. That was a whole freestyle, man. And it sounds incredible. This instrumental is one of the best on the entire album. Wow. Wow, great track. We'll let it finish up here.
Congratulations to the top. Never stop.
Man, that was written in the stars. Another phenomenal track, one of the best on the album. Joey Badass fans, stand up in the comments, let yourself be heard. Let me know what y'all thought about this album. To me, the majority of this album is going playlist. I'll tell you some of my favorite tracks right now, though. Make Me Feel, Cruise Control, Show Me, and Survivor's Guilt. Those are my 4 favorite. Those tracks are definite playlists. They're probably going to be on repeat. I absolutely love those 4. Did you enjoy those 4? What were some of your favorites? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought about that Chris Brown track. Did you guys enjoy that? That was my least favorite on the album. Let me know if I'm missing something, if I don't get it. Let me know. This was a great album. It made me think a lot. Hopefully you guys got something out of this, because I talked a lot throughout this album, but it's Joey, that's what great artistry does. It makes you think, and that's why I started this channel. I want some of my thoughts and my experiences. I want to share that with you, and the best avenue of which I know how to do that is through music. As I said earlier, I hate to grade or to rate pieces of art, especially off of first listen. But if I had to give it a grade, I would say 9 out of 10. Why not 10 out of 10? It did have a miss. I did not like that Chris Brown track. Some of the choruses I didn't like either. But other than that, those are minor gripes. 9 out of 10 is a phenomenal score. I love this album. I'm happy that you guys joined me on this journey of sort of going through Joey Badass's discography, at least the stuff I didn't hear. We'll have a reaction to Capital Steez's American Corruption mixtape. Had a couple of requests for that, so I'll get to that. Give me a couple weeks on that, though. I might try to get a Lupe project in before then. But regardless, thank you so much for watching the video. If you're still here, you're one of the few who watch all the way through the end. You, sir, or you, ma'am, are the MVP. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's so very annoying that so many of you watch these videos. And I always hope that you guys get at least one thing out of it, and that it's not a complete waste of your time. So either way, thank you so much. Please like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff helps me a lot. And you all have a blessed day. All right? Peace.